Imagine Ethereum's like a busy city where every car is a transaction, right? They have to drive through the same small road. Okay. Now, during rush hour, bull markets, it gets crowded, slow, and expensive. So people build these layer 2 highways, optimism, arbitrum, and they're like special express lanes to help cars move faster and cheaper. So it's two main types of these express lanes. And you have optimistic rollups, and then you have ZK rollups, which stands for zero knowledge rollups. Okay. So let's talk about the differences between. So optimistic rollup, the theme is like trust, but check later. Okay, so you can think of them as a trust first highway, basically. Let me keep the highway example, and then we'll kind of dive into the details. So when cars enter or transactions enter, the toll booth worker basically assumes everyone's honest, and they just wave you through quickly to keep traffic moving. But there is a security camera, right? So if someone tries to sneak with fake info, another driver can report them later, and this is called a fraud proof. So basically, if you have a transaction that is fraud, you have, I think it's a 7-day period to where someone can say this is a fraud. And that's hence the name optimistic rollups. They're optimistic that the transaction is legitimate. Okay. So because of this wait and see period, it takes a little while, like I said, usually a week before your trip is 100% confirmed on Ethereum. So the theme is faster and simpler, but you have to wait longer to be fully sure everything's valid. All right. So now, let's talk about ZK rollups. Before I get into the car analogy, the famous example of ZK rollups is like the Where's Waldo, right? They basically allow you to prove something is true without telling you how they got it. And this is good for like large manufacturing companies and banks that want to like exchange information without, revealing what they're doing and why they're doing it, etc. So you can think of them as like the math genius highway. So instead of trusting anyone, right? Every car that enters the express lane has to show a super smart math certificate that proves everything is correct, right? So Ethereum checks that proof right away. No waiting, no arguing, just math. And that means ZK rollups are faster to finalize and even more secure. But the math is very complex and expensive to run. So going back to the Where's Waldo example, it's like picture you have a picture frame with a bunch of people on it, right? And your whole point, the whole thing that you're trying to do is find where Waldo is. So how a ZK proof works with that is that it'll show you on another screen a super small circle showing that it found Waldo. They don't tell you how they found it, and they don't tell you where he is in reference to everyone else on the photo. Okay, so it's more advanced and secure, but it's harder and costlier to build. That's the trade-off, right? So optimistic rollups like saying I believe you, I'll double check later, while ZK rollups are like saying show me the proof right now.